We got lots to go over today. Yesterday was Gamescom Opening Night Live. That was a pretty good show. Go check out all of the announcements there. But we have some info from there that are pretty cool announcements in regards to Xbox. It's games that are releasing and other things along those lines. We have crazy info here when it comes to Helldivers 2 and PlayStation and Xbox working together. It's pretty cool to see that we are at a time where this is happening. Information that we have for the ROG Xbox Ally, the future of the Xbox hardware. So lots to go over in today's show. But before we do, if you enjoy daily gaming news and content, make sure to hit the subscribe, share the video, like it. All of that great stuff helps grow the channel, helps grow the community. But for now, let's get into it. So it is Gamescom week, and there's lots of stuff that is going to be happening in regards to gaming news, game announcements, all of that stuff. Gamescom Opening Night Live did happen yesterday. It was a pretty good show with lots of stuff that they did show off, and they showed off Call of Duty, which I think looks pretty fun. I actually like where you're going with the direction. We got lots of information, but that which we will go over. We got information on games going to the Nintendo Switch too, so there's lots of stuff there. But all of that being said, we also got an announcement for Xbox Game Pass that happened yesterday, and the next slate of games coming over to Game Pass in August is pretty strong. It really, I think, makes up for last's announcement, which was not a very strong announcement. This one here looks pretty good. Lots of stuff to play, big games dropping, day one games, all of that good stuff that does happen with Xbox Game Pass. But here's what we're going to be able to play. Available today, Blacksmith Master on Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass, where you manage your own medieval smithy in the game and you supervise the entire process from mining ores and gems to designing and selling finished products. A Void Breaker, which is also available today. This is on Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. And they say here, you're trapped in an endless loop by ruthless AI, and you're forced to fight and die and repeat in this adrenaline-fueled roguelite FPS. So if you like those styles of games, you'll want to check out Void Breaker. Then coming soon, Goat Simulator Remastered, coming August 20th to Game Pass Standard. Persona 4 Golden, which is another big game here in the Persona series that people love, August 20th as well to Ultimate, PC, and Standard. You have Herdling, which is coming August 21st to Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass. It's a day one game here that it is happening here. And they say head out on a grand alpine expedition with a herd of lovable beasts as you ascend a mountain path and encounter eerie dangers and surprising obstacles and forge your way to the mystery at the summit. So go check that one out. Day one game, so it's cool to get those in there. Then the big one, I think for a lot of people, including myself, I'm pretty excited to jump back into Gears of War with Gears of War Reloaded on Game Pass Ultimate and PC Game Pass August 26th. Of course, this is the first time Gears is going to be on PlayStation. We'll see how that affects the game, how much bigger the community will get. I'm going to get these feelings that we're going to get back to a time when Gears of War first released on the Xbox 360 and how great it was playing online, how many people were playing, jumping in. I'm sure with Gears of War Reloaded, we could get back to that with the community being bigger than ever. Day one, of course, Dragon Age the Veilguard. If you haven't played this one yet, it is now available here on PC Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate on August 28th. And that is the slate of games on top of stuff that was announced earlier this month, like the shadow drop of Heretic and stuff. So pretty cool stuff there. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games that are dropping. And I think it's a great announcement. I think it's a great slate of Game Pass games here. Multiple things here that I'm going to want to play. It's a great month for games. And I'll be playing Gears of War Reloaded when it does drop here on the 26th. That's one I'm definitely getting into. Dragon Age the Veilguard, I still haven't played. It's been on my list, and I do want to check it out. So I'll be checking that out. And Void Breaker, kind of interested in that one and seeing what that is all about. So good list of games here coming to Xbox Game Pass. Helldivers 2 is also coming to Xbox, and this is on August 26th. And we got the hints that they were doing a crossover between Helldivers and Halo. It makes complete sense. Both of those franchises, they fit kind of right in to have that type of crossover. It also really signals Xbox and PlayStation are now friends. They're crossing over their IPs. They're giving each other games. All is well and good and happy in the Xbox versus PlayStation side of the world. They are no longer in the whole console wars type of thing. They are now putting games on each other's platforms, trying to get people to play them where they previously weren't able to play them. and make as much money as possible off each other's fan bases and player bases. And now we have Helldivers 2 and Halo ODST, the crossover. This is pretty exciting. I mean, for me, as somebody who already has Helldivers 2 on PC, this makes me want to jump back in here specifically on Xbox and pick it up, as I love Halo. But they officially announced the Helldivers 2 Halo ODST Legendary Warbond, and everything you're going to be getting with this crossover. So first of all, this will launch on August 26th, and you're getting, they say here, enter the Obedient Democracy Support Troopers, aka the Hell Jumpers. This new equipment set from the Ministry of Defense will give your Helldivers the look of the fabled unit every Super Earth citizen had on their school lunchbox as kids. And what you're getting here is you can unlock the MA5C assault rifle, the M6C SOCOM pistol, the M90A shotgun, the M7S SMG, the A9 Helljumper armor set, and the A35 Recon armor set, and more. So this is a crossover. This is happening. Very cool to see. We kind of already knew it was going to happen because of the hints with the music in the Xbox trailer when it did hit. But I think this is kind of a signal of a new era in the gaming industry where we are seeing both of these IPs working together. We've seen this happen previously with Nintendo IPs kind of going over, like you think about games like Mario plus Rabbids. We've seen Horizon go with the Lego, and that game was on the Nintendo Switch. We've never really seen, unless I'm missing something here, a major Xbox IP with a major PlayStation game here coming together and releasing on every single platform. So cool stuff there. Again, I think this is a brand new era. And when it comes to the whole multi-platform thing, one of the announcements we did get here at the Gamescom opening night live is finally games from Xbox going over to the Nintendo Switch 2. I thought this was going to be right at the launch of the Switch 2. There was going to be a bunch of announcements. You had a bunch of journalists thinking it was going to happen. It hadn't happened yet, but here is, I think this is the first one, or at least one of the first ones that is happening. That is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is going to the Nintendo Switch 2 next year, coming in 2026. They say here, according to reports, Xbox is also prepping multiple releases for the Switch 2, including Diablo 4, Halo the Master Chief Collection, and Microsoft Flight Simulator. And Activision is also committed to releasing Call of Duty games on the Switch 2, although Black Ops 7 is not there. And as we know, when they made the deal to buy ABK, a part of the things was these games had to be on Nintendo platforms for 10 years. They made that 10-year deal with them. That was a big thing that they did put out. Black Ops 7 isn't there. I wonder if it will come at a later date. It's just not hitting there at launch, or if they're going to be starting with the next year's version of the game, or are they going to release a different version? You know, Black Ops 7 can run on the Switch too. They're great at optimizing their games. I mean, you're getting great optimization with Black Ops and Call of Duty on the Xbox Series S with up to 120 FPS and stuff. I'm sure they can do some good things here on the Nintendo Switch 2 with the NVIDIA chip and the DLSS and stuff. So it can run, it just isn't there yet. And I wonder when that is going to be happening. But as of now, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle landing on the Switch 2 next year. I'm excited to see how this game looks and runs on the Nintendo Switch 2, simply because it is a beautiful game. Machine Games did a phenomenal job with it. And I wonder if it will look in as good as it does right now on the XS PS5, or how much worse it will look. We'll see, at least in dock mode, how good it's going to look. But being able to take that on the go portable, I do love my Switch 2. So that'll be interesting to see overall the differences between all of the versions. The other thing I think I'm going to absolutely love is going to be the ROG Xbox Ally. The more I hear about it, the more it gets closer to launch, the more I'm getting excited for this thing, because I really think this is going to finally be that next jump in the PC gaming handheld space and the Xbox handheld space that I've been looking for, with hopefully better battery life, and then just being able to play bigger games here, at least with the Ally X, at a better fidelity and a better FPS. So we'll see. But we now have info on who they're targeting here between the ROG Xbox Ally and the ROG Xbox Ally X. Jason Ronald spoke on this during the official Xbox podcast, and says here, so the Xbox Ally is really designed for 720p gaming on the go. So it uses AMD's Z2A processor, it includes 16 gigs of memory, and it includes 512 gigs of storage. So it really is designed to be more mainstream, more accessible version of the Ally, whereas the Ally X is really designed for the most demanding gamers who want the premium experience. So that's leveraging the AMD's AI Z2 Extreme SoC, which I think this is the first handheld that has this chip, has that AI functionality and stuff in it that will be utilized for the future in everything that comes out. Like the next consoles and everything are all going to have AI chips. So this is pretty big. This is a big jump here, especially in the handheld space. I think this one will last you a decent amount of time. It says it also comes with 24 gigs of memory, and it's got a full terabyte of storage, and that's designed around 1080p gaming. So if you want 720p on the go, you're not caring about having the most demanding games, which for a lot of people, when they pick up these handhelds, they're playing certain types of games on them. Side scrollers, things you can quickly jump into, not like big AAA cinematic experiences. And you can go and get the Ally with that. You'll be fine. 720p on a screen that size, you'll be completely okay with that. But if you want the top of the line stuff, obviously you're going to go with the Ally X, but there is that big $300 price difference that we've seen leaked, at least in euros, which will translate over to USD, Canadian, Australian, pounds, all of that stuff. That will be the big question here. Is it worth spending that $300? The way I see it now, getting that AI Z2 Extreme SoC just for future proofing probably would be worth it if you have the cash to spare on that, or if you do what I'm doing, which is selling off them some things so I think can reinvest into getting one of these things when they do launch it. But I'm pretty excited for this thing. Ergonomically looks great. I feel like games are going to run beautifully, better than they ran on the Steam Deck, better than they run on the ROG Ally right now, which I've had both and sold both of those off. So we'll see how this Xbox One does do. Plus you get that Xbox UI, which is something I've been looking for a while, which is a seamless, better experience when playing in handheld mode rather than using strictly Windows 11, which I find very, very cumbersome. When it comes to the future of the consoles, again, Jason Ronald, it's funny because we know people still think Xbox isn't doing consoles and they're getting out of hardware, which is absurd. But Jason Ronald talked about this. He is obviously the VP there for next generation. He gave us more info, and it's pretty exciting here as to exactly what we can expect here for hardware, where they are going with AMD. This is what he says. They're talking about NPU chips, especially how AI dedicated silicon will create the new surface for developers. He says this: together with AMD, we're designing dedicated silicon and hardware to enable the next generation of gaming experiences. That means we're investing deeply into the next generation of rendering technologies such as neural rendering, which will bring a new level of fidelity to the quality of the games that you're having. It's really about deepening the immersion between you and the gameplay experience that you have. We're also investing into dedicated silicon to enable the next generation of AI capabilities, which will be transformative in how you actually experience the gameplay. It also provides a new surface that developers can take advantage of to deliver experiences they've never been able to deliver before. All of this actually starts this year with the Xbox Ally X, which is when I look at the two versions of these handhelds, why I think getting the Ally X will be worth it, because they're starting the future, the real next generation with this product, using it, seeing how they can utilize the AI to give us better experiences, and then you'll be actually be able to play those on your Xbox Ally X. Continues here and says it's because it has a dedicated NPU. This allows us to start experimenting and trying some of these AI powered experiences well before our next generation console. When I think about it, this really reminds me of the early days of the original Xbox. We had a vision of where console gaming could go, and we believed in the notion of being able to connect gamers all across the world. Ultimately, that became Xbox Live, but from a hardware perspective, we knew early on that we had to invest in things like a hard drive and Ethernet port. We believed in our vision, and for us, it's really about betting on the future as opposed to betting against the future. We're really focused on where players are going, where the industry is going. We want to deliver the right platform to allow developers to deliver on their creative vision. So they're focusing on those NPUs. That will be big into the next hardware, the actual box that Xbox, Microsoft creates themselves. It's going to be a powerful box here. They're not going to make something here that isn't going to be top of the line, I don't believe. And it's going to be expensive, but probably will be worth it and hopefully push the boundaries as to where we are today. I still think the Series X is a good console. It's going to last a couple more years here, I think, before Xbox does launch officially the next generation with their own Xbox. But we still could be getting OEM Xboxes sooner than that. People are hinting here at 2026. A couple more things here. A PS3 exclusive is going to be finally landing onto Xbox as Tales of Xillia is getting remastered for the Xbox Series X and S. They just put this announcement out. If you're a Tales fan, I've played some of the games. They're decent. They're releasing it here for all of the current generation consoles coming on October 31st, 2025, a remastered version of the game. You can get it on the PS5 and the Xbox Series. It will run at 2160p, 60 FPS, or 1440p on the Series S. On the PC, 2160p, 3060, or 120 FPS, of course. And on the Switch, 1080p on TV, 720p in handheld at 30 FPS. I wonder if they will have a Switch 2 upgrade at some point for this game. But if you're a fan of the Tales series, Tales of Xillia is getting remastered coming here on October 31st. And again, it's cool to see games that were previously not on the Xbox platform landing on the Xbox platform, as this was a PlayStation 3 exclusive. Rod Ferguson, as we know, he left Xbox and people were wondering where he was going. Well, now we officially know where he was. He was at Blizzard previously with Diablo and everything. He's actually being taken here to bring us the next Bioshock, which I think is pretty good because we've heard that it is not having very much luck in development right now. There's been issues with Bioshock. Rod Ferguson could come in here and hopefully give us a great game because Bioshock needs to deliver, as it is a very strong IP that you don't want to put something out there that is going to bring down the overall franchise. But he tweeted this out. Would you kindly allow me to share some news? Some of you guessed it. I'm returning to 2K to lead a series that means a lot to me as the new head of Bioshock franchise. So you can tell there's probably issues going on with the development as they went out there, poached him from Xbox to come in there and hopefully bring out Bioshock in the way that it needs to be brought out. He says, I'll be heading up the cloud chamber and overseeing development of the next Bioshock game, along with franchise extensions like in development Netflix movie. Well, I'm excited to get started in the coming weeks. I recognize the studio restructuring is a difficult time for the team. I'm deeply grateful for the work done so far, and I'm committed to building a Bioshock game we'll be proud of and that our players will love. For now, the fire hose on onboarding awaits, and I look forward to sharing more when I can. So yeah, he's going in there. There's also restructuring going on at the studio. I believe people did get laid off and everything, but it's not shocking based off the reports we were hearing as to what was going on with that game. It seems like it wasn't moving along the way it needed to. When games take too long to develop, when they're not meeting their milestones, you see stuff like this happening. So hopefully he can come in there and give us a great next entry into the Bioshock series. Finally, we got pretty much all the information you need to know now about Black Ops 7. I'm not going to go over it all in this video, but we did get a lot of info here about the multiplayer, and I'll just quickly go through some of the stuff here. I actually think the game looks cool. I know people are already dunking on like the wall jumping stuff, but I think the game looks like it's pretty fun, and they're bringing back a lot of cool things into Black Ops 7 that we've gotten from previous games. But here's what we need to know about the multiplayer. There'll be 16 6v6 maps plus 2 20v20 maps. This will be at launch. So they're having that big 20v20 mode in there, more objective based. 3 Black Ops 2 Classics maps set in Japan. New arsenal of 2035 weapons and gears. 30 weapons at launch, including Black Ops 2 inspirations, the M8A1. 16 weapons never seen before in the franchise. Overclock your equipment, field upgrades, and score streaks. New hybrid combat specialties rewarding more playstyles. Next level Omni movement. No tactical sprint by default. I believe that now is a perk that you have to put on, which is cool. No manual doors, and full multiplayer reveal will be on September 30th. The beta is in October as well, which they did announce, and the release date is November 14th. So Call of Duty Black Ops 7 in full swing. We know what we need to know about this game. I think it looks fun. I'm actually very excited for Black Ops 7 here. It's going to be a very, very fun year in the first-person shooter genre with Battlefield 6 October, Black Ops 7 in November. It's going to be great. So much to play this year. But on the video there, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.